Yes. Percy, that goes to that counting them on one hand. And, Percy played a very instrumental part in my mind of getting me over in Dallas, along with Cactus Jack McFoley, Gary Young, Iceman Parsons. What talent I had to work with in Dallas. The people were, I don't know what the word would be. They wasn't tired of the Von Erichs because, my gosh, the Von Erichs were like gods in Dallas. But no wrestling fan had ever seen anyone surpass a Von Erich, pushed to the top, past the Von Erich. And I was the first, and it just clicked. And, Percy, babyface manager, and played a big part, as all those guys did. I couldn't have did it with my talent. I did it with their talent, and just got over like a big dog there. And so still to this day, so thankful for the fans of World Class and, everywhere. But they were just so responsive, so loving, and just had, what a ride, man. I had a ride.
And it's crazy to think anybody was as over or even more over than the Von Erichs in the world-class Dallas area. I mean, that area was such a hotbed, obviously, with Fritz leading the crew for a long time, and obviously Kerry and Kevin really, carrying the flag for the Von Erichs for a while. But how was, that crowd reaction to you? Because that must have been so special to be that over in that, hotbed of wrestling.
Yes. It was unreal. As I look back on it, I still not 100% sure how we pulled it off like we did, but oh my gosh, it was unreal. But the Von Erichs, back in the day, they'd had a lot of bad publicity, a lot of things happen, and the wrestling fans were just ready for a change, and Eric Embry fell into that time slot, and it took off, and there was just no looking back. I mean, it took off. And, Fritz Von Erich gets a lot of heat from a lot of guys, but, man, I got along so well with Fritz. Just, nothing but respect for the guy. And, he built a territory, bigger than anybody really imagined. Michael Hayes had a thing with it back then. He was trying to get Fritz to go nationwide, worldwide with the promotion, and Fritz wouldn't do it because, all the promoters had that unwritten understanding. You stayed in your own areas, and, they all did that until Vince did his thing. But got along great with Fritz. And Kerry, oh, my gosh, Kerry was just give you the shirt off his back. Kevin and I never saw eye to eye on anything. And Mike, I didn't really know a whole lot. He passed away and when I hadn't been there very long, when I first come there. And Bruiser Brody and Buck Robley were booking. Bruiser was the booker, and I'd made a shot in Puerto Rico, flew in for the weekend, as I would do periodically on big shows. And Bruiser, I remember he come in the dressing room with me and Abdullah Butcher, and Bruiser shut the door, and I looking like, uh-oh, what have I done? And got down on his knees and said, Eric, I'm booking Dallas. I need you. I said, Bruiser, man, I've got restaurants in Florida. I'm just doing Carlos a favor coming in this weekend, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, Bruiser and Abdullah talked me into going to Dallas, and that's how the whole Dallas thing started.
And those are two guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, but those are two guys I wouldn't want to say no to.
Brother, that's what I was thinking when Bruiser shut that dressing room door with just me, him, and Abdullah in there. I thought, oh, my gosh, I have screwed up now. But Brody and me got along great. I mean, Bruiser, when I booked Puerto Rico, he would come in for me and do big shows. And Very unfortunate to what happened there. I've talked about it before. Don't really want to get into it again. People have done heard my version of Gonzalez and Bader and Brody, and it was just a bad thing that happened. But God bless Puerto Rico right now. I was watching on the news the other day, and I was watching a feed coming from San Juan, and I actually saw the Walgreens drugstore where I had a condo right down the street from, and that brought back a lot of memories when, seeing the place just all devastated.